This is the Blackberry Motion after 5 years. Now, it's a novelty phone really. Hi everyone, this is JD, your gadget review friend. Welcome back to Gadget Rev Now. I picked up a Blackberry Motion because it was my dream phone 4 to 5 years ago. It is such a novelty, it is unique and very original. I'm not using the word novelty as something bad. This phone is fun. The plastic but carbon accent back, the headphone jack, the light notification, and the physical home buttons. Sometimes when I look at this phone and the newer phones today, this is way cooler. There are things on this phone that meshes with the current standard and off the past. It's like the old cars. It will still work today. You can drive it, but definitely a looker. You guys know that I love older phones because there's so much character on the older phones. This is part of my A-list. So today we'll talk about the things that we like about this phone, the things that we don't like, and our recommendations. Let's talk about the things that we like. First, the premium design and build. The sides of this phone is aluminum and has a scratch resistance glass. Though I see some superficial scratches on it, the glass is pretty sturdy. The back cover is plastic, and I know it's not the most premium material, but it has carbon accent. I thought it was some kind of leather when I hold it, and I totally forgot it was plastic. It has this boxy feel similar to my Samsung Note 10 Plus. The pointed edges are still great looking. You know, it looks normal and you can see more on the sides. The button placement are all on one side, that if you watch a movie, you just have to put the phone down on the other side and you'll have access to all the buttons without accidental press. The big forehead and chin looks nostalgic, again like the old car. Not the prettiest today, but it gives you those old memories back. The iPhone SE 2022 still have forehead and chin, so it's still current. The next thing that we like is the notification light. I don't even know why phone manufacturers remove this. It is now replaced by power hungry always on display, where we only need to be alerted with a single blink of an LED. I love this because it is power efficient and discreet. On my iPhone 14 Pro, I sometimes think my phone is still on. It is confusing. Next is the physical home button, and who doesn't love the physical home buttons? It has this touch sensor back on the left and recent apps on the right. The home button has the Blackberry logo, and it also acts as a fingerprint sensor. The sensor is fast and very reliable. You can put your finger without even pressing the home button, and it will unlock the phone. And when we talk about novelty, how about the novelty audio jack? I know people react on the comment section bragging about their Bluetooth headset, and I even review a lot of them. But see, wired headphone doesn't require battery, and now a lot of them are even free. No one is using it. That brings me to my next thing, the FM radio. Like the old times, the phone is using the earbuds as antenna for the radio, and you will have free music, news, and even podcast. Again, it's free, no data required, no subscription needed. The next great thing is the convenience key. What's good about this key is you can map it to anything, either a setting or app. It's not like Samsung that shoves Bixby on our face. It's irritating. Over time, Samsung allowed mapping, but Bixby is still there somehow. Here you can choose whatever app shortcut you want on a single click. Next is decent battery life in my unit because it's old already. I don't think it's running in full capacity. But still, it has 4000 mAh battery similar to what we have on smartphones now. It is even bigger than Samsung Galaxy S22 and iPhone SE 2022. Another novelty is the SD card expansion. The sad news is it can only support 32 gigs. Let me know in the comment section below if you ever tried higher than 32 gigs. The Blackberry Motion in 1080p at 60 fps. And this is the video recording of the rear camera, 4K at 24 fps without video stabilization. The rear camera can shoot 4K at 24 and 30 fps. I mean, it's not the best out there, but at least you have 4K. It doesn't have OIS or EIS given the age. I don't expect 2022 performance either on the camera. And lastly, the IP67 rating. You can take this on the shower, a sudden dunk on the pool, and even walking in the rain. It is waterproof, and given it has audio jack, speakers, and charging port, it is pretty amazing given its age. Waterproofing is doable. Some manufacturers using waterproofing as an excuse to remove ports, but not Blackberry. So these are the 10 things that we like about this phone, and for the 11th, it's the price. This phone is very cheap, and with everything it offers, this is a great value phone. So now we talk about the things that we hate or we don't like about this phone. The first thing that we hate is the aging Android 8. You don't have the mic and camera alert from Android 12 whenever an app is using it. We are also missing the big notification tray, all the security features, and the aesthetics. In terms of overall functionality, it still works the same as on any Android devices, just a bit buggy. Next is the limited 32 gigs of eMMC 5.1 storage. It is also not the fastest type of storage, so Apple loads slower and you can only install a few. If you're doing a heavy gaming, better off buying other phones, this is not for you. Our next reason is the aging Snapdragon 625. It is a mid-range processor, not the fastest, and doesn't offer 5G connectivity either. Day-to-day apps like social networking, camera, and productivity works fine. Just don't expect this to handle multitasking well because of the limited 4 gigs of RAM. Next is the camera performance. Photos and videos you will get from this camera is good enough. I just don't think it is passable at this point. It looks grainy on low light condition. But in a well-lit environment, it's pretty good. Again, it has an older sensor, and because of the price of this phone, I mean you get what you paid for. I think even Chinese phone can beat this phone. It is somewhere in the ballpark of a mid-range phone when it comes to camera performance. Not bad, but not so good either. And the last thing that we hate is the dim LCD screen. It is not as bright as the punchy AMOLED screen today, and outside, it is hard to see the screen. It only has 544 nits. It is pretty decent but challenging. So there are a few things I don't like about this phone. Basically the aging technology, but all in all, this is still a great value phone. The Blackberry Motion after 5 years. Recommendations. I will not recommend this to people who play games on their phone. Snapdragon 625 will not be your best bet for gaming. Also, the camera is okay. Don't put a lot of hope on it, especially stabilization. You need a pair of steady hands. And I'll recommend this to anyone who loves Blackberry phone. It is good looking and nostalgic. It is not the fastest, but for casual use it will be fine. Also, with everything you get on this phone, there's so much value buying a used Blackberry Motion. With its great design, carbon accent back, SD card expansion, and the audio jack, it is unique, it is fun to use, a novelty phone really. And there you go, hope you enjoyed this video. I'll continue to review and compare this phone in our channel, so stay tuned. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.